Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to, excuse me, Poke Sue channel on the Guitar Ladder System, which is over 200 studies with video and chart. Really about discovering your own unique harmonic point of view without sucking you into a bunch of left brain bullshit. You learn 10 different systems of improvisation in a very organic fashion where you just play the studies, let them kind of slide into your subconscious mind, and your powerful subconscious mind will assimilate the information and start kind of revealing, ideas to you. You'll start improvising more, and it really works. It's the best $199 you'll ever spend. You can order it at stevezookguitars.com. Just scroll down a little bit. You do not have to be a member of PayPal, but it really works, folks. I've got over 30 years into it, and if you really want to take a quantum leap, $199, and you get the membership for years, and there's no rush. I do not send the material all at once. It's not effective that way. Hey, this is one of these Garcia guitars made in Japan in the 70s with wood from all over the world. I think I got 5 or 6 of them. I've got one kind of like this that I'll sell with the flame maple back, which is just gorgeous. And this particular one has been played a lot, and it just sounds unbelievable. I think the other one I'm selling will sound just as good once it's played a little bit more. That's a huge part of it. Guitar. But what I want to talk today about a little bit is kind of building right hand technique. I've always used people like Al Di Meola as a gauge. I've always had a pretty strong right hand, but to be honest, I've always compared to a lot of great players in order for me to really motivate myself to continue evolving my right hand, even though I'm 66 right now. Players like Al Di Meola, Borelli LeGrand, John McLaughlin, people like that. I think Al Di Meola has one of the strongest right hands I've ever seen. Borelli LeGrand too, but Di Meola, I think, really just explodes. It's incredible. So I've used him as a gauge. But one of the things you want to do if you want to develop right hand is and I do this at least a couple hours a day, is kind of make up your own little guitar rudiments. And in drumming, there's rudiments. I think there's 21, 22, 23 rudiments that you do. And so when I warm up, it takes me about an hour to warm up. When I warm up, I try to vary the patterns. I'm going to show my right hand here, but I try to vary it. I might go, I'm in a flamenco tuning. But what I'll do is I'll vary it. This is when I'm warming up. I might do eighth note. I try to vary it as much as possible. And you kind of have to fall in love with repetition. Sometimes I'll do 12s. Notice how as I get to the 6, 7, 8, I try to increase volume. I mean, it's good to do it normal too, just like, and then maybe loud. But if you vary it, it kind of helps to wake up your right hand. So see what I'm doing? I make the last 6 a little bit louder, a lot louder. But when you warm, I like to use kind of simple scales. But the more you practice sequence scales too. Sometimes I'll come down like 4, down a scale. And just try to mix it up, maybe double up. Maybe go to 4. Keep mixing it up so your right hand gets used to that, what I call phrase memory. Maybe 7. Three, then vary it. 7. You just got to keep mixing it and mixing it up, so eventually your brain, I call it phrase memory, you learn to feel a lick that's very difficult to do, but you look at it as one whole idea because you've practiced those different sequences, So it's really important to do this. the 12s are really good for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can kind of change that up and start loud, then get soft. That's good for your right hand too. Again, you mix it up. Sometimes you can make up a little exercise too to help develop your right hand. But bottom line, I try to work on my right hand at least 2 hours every day, and I'm 66. And I found I'm actually still getting my right hand stronger even in my 60s. So things that will help you have a strong right hand is don't drink much alcohol. And I'm serious, you know, like if you have to have a few beers every day, I'll guarantee you it's slowing down your right hand development. Also meditation. I've been doing transcendental meditation for 37 years. That will help you be a better guitar player. Don't eat much sugar. Try to eat relatively healthy. But yeah, I do a couple hours every day because I just want to keep my right hand awake and able to explode. And it's really an exciting thing. It's a tool that I think most guitar players do not work on. You know, most guitar players are weak in either their left or right hand. Often it's the right hand. So look at a player like Al Di Meola and ask how exciting that is to have some right hand technique. But you want to vary it. See, I just like... Seven. In this tuning, I just make the G string an F sharp. Low E to D. It gets some real nice chords. But anyway, so I really would suggest you work on your right hand an hour or two a day and vary those patterns. 12s are good. And my other guitar, the other Garcia I have, which has, here I'll just grab it, has a flame maple back just like this one, and it sounds really, really good. But it just has not been played as much. I'll do this one for like for $4.50. Really don't want to sell it because these are kind of part of my collection because I just love this flame maple back. And even though it's a laminate back, laminate can still add some really beautiful voice and color, especially when it's old wood. Like if you've ever played an old FG 180, a lot of them are all laminate. They sound incredible. But this, I'll do this for $4.50, and I just love the back on this. This is art. It sounds really, really good. It's not going to sound maybe as good as that one because it just hasn't been played. It's tuned a little lower, I think. But anyway, I'll do this one for $4.50. It sounds great. It just needs to be played. Believe me, it will sound just as good as that other one. Maybe even better. It just has to be played, and this is tuned a little low. But I'll do this one for $4.50. I really don't want to sell it, but you know, I've got I think 8 or 9 nylon strings, and if they're not being played, you know, maybe they need to have a new home. You know, I mostly play that other one, which is kind of has a much rougher top than this one, but that's because it's been played. But yeah, I really like these Garcia guitars. I've owned a lot of guitars in my life. You have to put a little bit more effort into bringing the tone out of them. And like I said, I think this one needs probably a good 20, 30 hours to kind of wake up the top a little bit and wake up the whole guitar. But it's got wood from all over the world. It's made in the 70s in Japan. And, you know, the Japanese know a lot of secrets about making guitars that they've never really shared with anybody. But yeah, they really have a sound. But I'll do this one for $4.50. Not really crazy about selling it. I think I might have like one of those little chipboard cases to keep it safe in shipping, but I'm a really, really good packer. I should probably tune this up a little. Kind of like it. You know, I need to tune this. I'm not going to try to play this one right now. I'll tune it up and maybe do another demo. said, I hardly ever play this one. Yeah, I love these. Yeah, there's something about the combination of woods, and even with a laminate. I just love the back on these. This is art to me. Like I said, I bought one Garcia, I don't know, a year ago or something, and just was so fascinated and interested. I bought 5 or 6 more. But like I said, bottom line, they need to be played, and they really start to wake up. I'll do this one for $450. Not crazy about selling it, but I will. Anyway, so yeah, when you're warming up, and when you're trying to develop right hand technique, vary those patterns. Do 12s. And I'm not warmed up yet. I'm probably a half an hour away from being warmed up. Yeah, if I'm not playing, it's hard for, I don't really keep hardly anything, but I'm playing a ton of nylon string right now. By the way, if you have any student loans and you're sick of paying thousands of dollars more than you need to, hit me up. I've got a company to help you readjust those to save a ton of money. If you want to look at the webpage, it's saveonstudentloans.net. I can have Liz call you, no pressure. Just find out how much you'd save. That's simple. But yeah, these are cool. But I'll do this one for $450. I always say, if one of my guitars speaks to you, listen, because it could be a friend for life. It's kind of a Zen thing to me. I mean, I'm not joking here. I really like to feel that every guitar goes with just the right people. And I recently sold a couple lower arch tops to some people locally, so they were able to come over and play it and stuff. One guy was so moved he started crying. I'm not making this up. I know it sounds like really slick little bullshit, but it's actually true. Young cat, about 20. I sold him a lower arch top, all solid wood, for an unbelievable price, because I got into it right, because I bought a bunch of them on a closeout thing for some blend models, but they look beautiful, and I've got one left. But anyway, the guy was really moved because he's been through some rough stuff and had to get rid of all of his equipment, and so just to get another guitar, he was so happy. And to get an all solid, lower arch top for the kind of money I let him have it for, he was blown away. He actually cried, and it's true. I gave him a hug, and another guy bought a 700 from me. Was really, really excited. So I mean, my guitar business costs me money. I know people don't believe that. It's actually true. I wish it wasn't fucking true, but it is. I just love music, love guitars, and I put myself in awkward situations at times. But I just love to, my guitar business is really a business. I mean, once in a while I do make some money, but it takes a lot of money to run a guitar business. So it's tricky, man. But I don't care, I just love music, I love guitars, I love being in the game, I love making people happy, and I take my guitar business is a very spiritual thing to me. It's a very zen thing. I like to think that every guitar goes to just the right place. But if this guitar speaks to you, hit me up, $450. Yes, you have to pay some shipping. I love these. I think the maple back, even though it's laminate, adds a certain, it's a very, very high quality laminate. It's very old wood, probably 40, 50 years old. So it adds a nice quality. Anyway, I gotta get to some other stuff. Yeah, these are really cool. Alright, you can hit me up, steve67@yahoo.com. That's 7 not spelled out, just the number. Or text or call me, 714-548-0385. I love these Garcia guitars, and like I said, I think I got 3 of these, but I only really need 1, but I'll really miss this one because I just love how that flame maple looks, and it does add a lot of tone, even though it's a laminate wood. The wood being that it's old, and the Japanese know a lot of secrets to making guitars to make them kind of produce a very, very beautiful resonance. It's all in the mid-range and mid-bass, guys and gals, and these Garcias with the old wood and the secrets that the Japanese know about making guitars, they really have a voice, I know I said I was going to quit playing it a while back. It's just hard to put down. Really has some nice tone. $450. I'm really going to miss this guitar. But if this guitar speaks to you and it connects with you, hit me up and we'll put it together. Take care, folks. Let's all focus on positive thoughts. I know the world's really crazy right now, but you don't need to focus on it. As crazy as it sounds, focus on perfection, and just have positive faith, even though, I'm not into any form of religion. I'm more into meditation. I've been doing transcendental meditation, excuse me, for 37 years. But I am into principles of the universe, and I do believe in faith and positive thinking and just being a good person and trying to be on purpose with the universe and what it created me to do. Even if it gets tricky at times, I don't care. I just love music and just love guitar, so I play this game. But anyway, I think I've got one LH600 left I can do for $5.99. I usually sell them for $1,000. It's got a huge wide flame maple back, solid flame maple. So it's an all solid hand carved arch top for $5.99. It's a steal. It does not include a case at that price. But anyway, if you could use a great arch, the 600s are awesome. They really are. They're different than the 700s, but it's an all-solid hand-carved arch top. Reminds me of an old Gibson L5 or old L7 with a little bit of Epiphone Deluxe in there because they have really good violin voice tops. But anyway, I've said enough. This is going to be a long video. Take care. Focus on positive thoughts. Even if you're not into a form of religion, I'm not into form of religion. Like I said, I'm more into quantum physics and meditation, but I do believe in faith. Faith is about believing what you have not seen, and the result of that faith is seeing what you believe. But remember, faith lets go, belief clings. So let go, have faith. Take care.